So in my job as a World Horse Welfare Field Officer, I meet some real colourful characters. And I was recently called to a job in North London where I met Glen, the donkey, who's behind us. In my job, it's not always appropriate to use enforcement when you have problems. A lot of the time we try to work with the owners to see if we can come to some sort of resolution for the animal. On this occasion, when I was called to the field, the situation was that the donkey had a companion, a Shetland pony. They both had really, really poor feet and their owner was really struggling to cope. Although it's maybe quite hard to see on camera here today, but Glen is actually quite overweight. Where he was being kept was right in the middle of a community, right next to a school, and lots of people were feeding him. He was quite a celebrity there, they loved him, and unfortunately he's got a little bit fat, which for donkeys is a real health concern, especially when he's got feet that have not been properly looked after. So sometimes in my job it's about working with an owner to try and get them to make the right decision. The Shetland pony was really old and the right decision really was, unfortunately, euthanasia. He didn't really stand a good chance of recovery. He was already suffering from pain in his feet, and the right decision was sadly to put him to sleep. But that then left us with a donkey, and as we know, donkeys bond for life. So after working really, really closely with the owner, he decided that the right thing to do was to sign him over to World Horse Welfare, and we brought Glen here to Hall Farm. Donkeys are really renowned for being quite big characters. They're unusual and they're different to horses. They're quite stoic, so even if they're suffering from pain, they won't show that outwardly. People call them stubborn, but they're not. They're extremely sensitive, and they bring with them their own challenges. So since his arrival here at Hall Farm, he's been checked over by the vet, had his feet done. There's a great dedicated team here of vets, grooms, and farrier. They all work closely together to improve the life of the equines that come here. So he's had his feet done, like I said, and so the main priority here now is starting to get the weight off him and starting to return him to a normal body condition. Glen's got a really good future ahead of him, so he's got age on his side. He's quite calm and chilled out donkey, and he's ever so cute. So I think that once he's sort of been for his rehabilitation and the vet and the farrier and the grooms here are all happy with him, he's got a really good prospect of a new home. We obviously managed to get Glen here to safety, but with the winter coming and donkeys being susceptible to the cold weather and no shelter and rain, at this time of year it's really, really important for us to get donations from the public. Most people associate donkeys with Christmas, and it's been really great to get Glen here before winter strikes so that he can have a lovely Christmas at World Horse Welfare.